Welcome to Kiss Me, Son of Pod, podcast where I read from my newsletter where I'm writing about every song by They Might Be Giants. I'm your host, Chase Roper, and we're currently in the Lincoln album. But if you'd like to join the conversation, check out the newsletter. You can for free at kissmesonofblog.com. That is where we are. Well, I say we, this is a solo venture. I'm writing about each of these songs, and we are, depending on when you're listening to this, many albums into this by now. Everything's free. Check out the archives, find your favorites, share your thoughts and feelings on everything there. There are some paid options for subscriptions if you want to support in an additional way. It helps keep the lights on, helps support independent writers and journalism, and keeps everything ad-free. And you'll make a new best friend. It is the new year. We're in the first week after the new year, and I did not care about 2025 happening. I don't know if that just comes with age as a 45-year-old person, but I just don't care. Time just keeps moving forward, and I don't feel the need to ruminate on it. In fact, I take medication specifically not to ruminate on this too much. And I certainly don't need to stay up till midnight to celebrate the turning of the clock hour. But it's the new year, and everything that I put off until after the holidays has all happened. It has all become due. So that's where I'm at. I decided to use this brief couple of minutes as a stand-in for therapy and just say, I'm stressed out, and we're going to plow forward. We're talking about the song Cowtown. It's the second track on the They Might Be Giants album Lincoln. My oldest son, who is he is now 25 years old, has a legitimate music education. He greatly enjoys this band. Am I the one who introduced him to the band through bedtime singing, constant exposure, and DVDs? Of course. And this is why I was surprised when he told me recently that he does not care for the song Cowtown. In fact, he said he doesn't like it at all. Apparently, while falling asleep at night, as a young boy, my son would have his music playlist going, either a Pandora channel or it could have been a CD I mixed for him. And as he was drifting into the REM land, Cowtown would play, and it scared the shit out of him. How can a song that starts with a smooth, airy woodwind instill fear into a child's heart? It's likely the break between the chorus and the next verse. It is full of mouth harps, heavy, grungy guitar, and a sort of shouting, alarming sound that I could only describe as the sound you hear in Gremlins when a gremlin gets thrown into a swimming pool. Okay, so maybe it has the potential to terrify little kids. It is still a banger. I've debated whether to share one of the clips I have of my half-hearted attempts to play this song on an acoustic in front of my apartment security wall camera. All right, I just rewatched it for the first time in 5 years, and no, I will not be sharing this piece of cringe media anywhere on the World Wide Web. My experience with Cowtown falls very far outside the Hereditary end of the terror spectrum. It's so simple and comforting that once I hear the opening notes from that clarinet, I am relaxed and I'm excited for this uplifting musical journey. Shortly after the clarinets, a marching band-esque snare comes in, and it's time for some Cowtown action, baby. In a 2015 interview with WGMU, John Flansburgh shared that Cowtown is essentially the very first They Might Be Giants song, something they began working on together in the super early days. Unlike a lot of their songs, this track is light on the existential dread or depression, if there's any at all, which might be why my brain relaxes as soon as it comes on. As a youth, my best friend and I would enjoy singing any number of songs out loud, but we would replace certain nouns and lyrics with the word but. Think like a classic was the Beatles' Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Try to guess which noun we would have replaced there. Admittedly, this is something I have enjoyed to this very day, and given the right circumstances, it's a great time. That circumstance is me being awake and listening to music. We did not dare soil the sacred songs of They Might Be Giants with such nonsense. The Beatles? Sure, why not? No, TMBG had one singular song that we changed an entire lyric by simply adding an R to the word bone. Here's how the lyric went. We yearn to swim for home, but our only home is bone. How sleepless is the egg, knowing that which throws the stone foresees the boner. The boner. Our only home is boner. Our only home is boner. Look, I can't explain it. I'm not going to apologize. For me, this is the peak joy, the peak of joy in my heart. When I explained this habit to my wife, she laughed. She adopted this quirk as one of her own. My best friend's wife, not so much. Okay? Fair. It's fair. As I'm typing the above words and now reading them, I think about that lyric differently than I used to. I mean, when I take away the boner part. We yearn to swim for home, but our only home is bone. Could this be saying that we all have a desire to feel at home, like we belong, and finally can let out a sigh and relax? Like would when we arrive home after a long-ass day, that the only home we have is our body, our bones. To go home, truly go home for us, means that we die. We become nothing more than bone. I might have to rethink this lack of existential dread remark from earlier, or I may need to take my medication. If that is the case, and the Johns have laid a tiny trap of the contemplation of mortality in this song, then they would be acknowledging it aptly by instead opting to visit a cow friend who lives beneath the ocean in a little underwater settlement known as Cowtown. As I reflect on the unexpected layers of Cowtown and its unique place in my life, it makes me wonder about the diverse connections others have with music. So I'd love to hear from you. Is there a song that holds a peculiar or surprising significance in your life? Maybe a tune that scared you as a kid? Hop in the comments somewhere, wherever this is, put a reply, a comment, shoot me an email, share your thoughts. It would mean a lot to me if you would share this post or the newsletter or podcast with somebody. If there's a share button somewhere on your device, or you want to leave a review, tell a friend about it, or an enemy who you know hates the band, or I guess me. That would be cool. Thanks for doing that. That is our episode. I want to thank you guys for listening to Kiss Me Son of Pod, and we will be back next week talking about another song by They Might Be Giants. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Respect. Son of God.